episode 95, part 3 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road2Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Tamima Duffield.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
So we start off with a review of match day 10.
Yeah.
Only one game has been played, so boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Liverpool versus Cardiff City. 4-1. 4-1 to Liverpool. Yeah.
The Cardiff soaked in the pressure for a hot minute. But then when the floodgates opened,
they opened and
it was a done deal.
Wide.
Yeah, it was a done deal for Cardiff. Yeah. But Liverpool showing they've been very consistent in the beginning 10 weeks or so of the Premier League, and they continue building on that. And I've always said right from the time when Liverpool signed Jurgen Klopp as their coach, it was just a matter of time before we start seeing this consistent performance and top-notch performance. Building on what happened last year, getting to the Champions League finals, and I'll not be shocked when we come to May and they are one of the contenders for the Premier League. So fantastic performance by Liverpool on the weekend.
Yep. Yeah. So preview for match day 11.
Yeah.
We've got Bournemouth versus Man United. 26% on Bournemouth, 47 on Man United. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Arsenal 30%, 45 on Liverpool. We've got Wolves versus Tottenham. 26 percent on Wolves. And we've got 46 on Tottenham.
Yeah.
Man City and Southampton, 86 on Man City, 4% on. Why are they even going to pick anyway?
Yeah.
And then Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, 76 on Chelsea and only 8% on Crystal Palace.
Of course, United's chances have decreased because of their performances in the last few weeks. You talk to any United fan, they're like, yo, it's tiring watching Manchester United, So that's what has happened, and that's why the chances have really decreased. Of course, our future game is going to be Arsenal versus Liverpool. They say 30% for Arsenal, they say 45% for Liverpool. But, okay, fine, I'm arguing with bias, I won't lie to you. but I think about the fact that Arsenal have been very consistent also after the first few hiccups, and they're going to be playing at the Emirates. So I wouldn't say that it's a flat-out win for Liverpool. But I actually do see it more of a draw, and if somebody's going to win, I would say leaning more towards Arsenal side because they are on an ascendancy, and it's going to be very hard to calm them down. I mean, you have Mesut Ozil showing what kind of a class player he is, in the last game against Leicester. So it's going to be an interesting one. Arsenal versus Liverpool is always interesting. So we just wait and see how predictions are going to come out.
Where the chips will fall. Anyway, so we're still on football. El Classico.
Yes.
El Classico.
El Classico.
I know it just sounds good saying it. So you have Barcelona, Real Madrid. And the question is, who do you think will come out on top? Before you even get into it, for me, I'm thinking, okay, so when you look at rankings, Barcelona at the top and Real 7.
Yes.
And then, of course, for Barcelona, Messi. But then also, you've got for Real, no Cristiano.
Yes.
So this is going to be an interesting game. I feel like the headlines are more on those two players missing than the actual game
itself.
But people have it at 49% Barcelona and 25% on Real.
El Clasico over the years, they say, okay, second to, forget what it's called, what that derby is called, but it's in Argentina, between River Plate and Independiente. They say that's the biggest derby in the world, and El Clasico is the second biggest derby, primarily because of the class of the teams. It's Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Over the last few years, you've had very class players lining up on each side. From the early 2000s, you had the Rivaldos and Patrick Kluivert and Luis Enriquez on the Barcelona side. And then you had the original Ronaldo.
Ronaldo 9. Not this one.
Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo lining up on Madrid. Then the Beckham era came into play, and the Ronaldinho era came into play. And then we've had the Cristiano era versus the Messi, on Barcelona's end. But this is the first time that El Clasico is not really attracting a lot of attention. One, Lionel Messi is injured, so he's not going to be playing. Two, Cristiano Ronaldo has since left Real Madrid. He's now at Juventus. Real Madrid going through a lot of problems. Of course, with the exit of Zinedine Zidane and the top player, Cristiano Ronaldo, now sitting 7th. I don't think they've had such a bad start to the season. 7 points behind. Actually, if they lose the El Clasico, they're going to be 7 points behind Barcelona. Their coach, difficult name, Julen Lopetegui or something. Yeah, he's under so much heat. And remember, he's the guy who quit the Spanish national job to go to Real Madrid. So he's under so much heat. So his counterpart, Ernesto Valverde, he's having a good outing. But everyone now is asking, will they be able to produce a class performance without Lionel Messi? You have Luis Suarez, who's there. So I think they still can be able to produce a class performance. So in my opinion, I just don't think, fine, Real Madrid still have good players. You still have the Gareth Bales. You still have Luka Modric, who's a World Player of the Year. Sergio Ramos, with his enormous passion for the game and for the club. Isco, I think, should be taking over now. Karim Benzema is still there. But I just think that there's a lot of problems at Madrid, and they are going to the Nou Camp, and Barcelona are going to milk it.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait to see what happens. As we said, derbies and especially finals and derbies played on the day.
It's played on the day.
On the day.
On the day.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So we've got the Mexico GP. Starting grid looks like this. Ricciardo for Red Bull, Verstappen for Red Bull, Hamilton, Mercedes, Vettel, Ferrari, and Bottas, Mercedes.
Yes. Of course, look, like we've said, each and every Grand Prix that happens, it boils down to the two. It boils down to Hamilton and Vettel. And they're starting, Hamilton is starting at third, and Vettel at fourth. There's a difference of about 70 points. Hamilton has 346 points, and Vettel has 276 points. So there's a difference of 70 points. So Vettel still has some time to catch up to Hamilton, but he'll need to have a top performance for the remainder of the season. So Mexico is one of the first ones. Lewis Hamilton, I think, won the last one in Mexico. I could be wrong, but I think he won the last title in Mexico. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's always an interesting one when these two guys are battling it out. And I guess we wait and see how the Mexico Grand Prix is going to end up.
So now we move into our bonus segment where we are asking, do you think female athletes get as much attention as their male counterparts? And if so, because we know, I mean, it's not even a question. You know that yes. I mean, male athletes, of course, get a lot more attention by their female counterparts. But then the question after that is, if not, then what should be done to change that? So, I mean, yes, in any sport, like most sports, let's just say, you will have your, even if it's, say, let's pick rugby, just for the sake of, or no, actually, let's pick football. So FA Cup, Arsenal win, men's team, women's team win. Women's team get, I think it was at that point when they won, they got collectively £5,000. Men got 1.8 million. Now, that's just the money aspect of things, but that's just what happens. Like you'll see, there's a men's football game, and everyone will go watch, and then there's women, and guys like,
not really.
I don't know. Do I want to watch? Like you'd rather even go watch, I don't know, 10-year-olds sprinting than go watch the women's race, which I've never understood. Like I don't know. Give me your perspective.
I think it's more to do with representation. I think it's a federation issue, federations issue, and I think it's more to do with the representation in the federations. We don't have too many female representations, and that's why some of the decisions made are pretty skewed and unfair. Because I think about, even just look at it locally, over the last few years, in our sprinters, or rather in our runners, in our athletes, Vivian Chariot has been top, has been the top athlete, in my opinion. She's been nominated a couple of times for the Women's Athlete of the Year, right? But she still doesn't get as much attention as, let's say, David Rudisha or Eliud Kipchoge, right? And that's where I'm saying that's where the disconnect is, right? So you think about, I think in 2012, the Olympic final of football was Brazil versus Mexico, which was a dull game because, the men's Olympic, they cap it at 23 years, and then they have 3 people outside 23 years who can participate. So it was a pretty boring final, if you ask me. Then you have the women's final, which is the US versus Japan with all their stars. The Abby Wambachs, Hope Solo, everyone. But it still didn't have as much.
You'll still have more people going to the men's game.
To the men's game. You think about even sprinters. When Usain, okay, fine, it's the fashion in which Usain Bolt did it, and that's why a lot of focus was on him. But at the same time, you still had Jamaica was still dominating on the women's front. You had Shelley Ann Fraser, right? Shelley Ann Fraser Price, that's what she is now. Yeah, Shelley Ann Fraser, who was actually a formidable person. Veronica Campbell Brown, Carmelita Jeter from the States, but they still weren't getting as much attention as their male counterparts. So, if you ask me, I think it's because these are decisions made at federation level, and it's an issue of what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? It's an issue of I don't want to say presence, visibility. It's an issue. It's an issue of visibility, and visibility is normally determined largely by the guys who are controlling the game, or if it's FIFA, if it's IWF, whoever is controlling the game. And unfortunately, in these positions, you have men leaders.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, we're in the 21st century. So, in as much as yes, I understand what you're saying, and it does make sense. But when we're getting to a point where we're moving on to being more worldly and whatever, I feel like whether it is men or women who are there representing people, you should still look at
True.
You can't look at just one gender and base your like your campaigns or whatever just on one gender. But
the question I ask you is, the people who are leading these federations, how old are they?
That is the problem. It's you've got your old boys, like, but even for you and me, guys, this is something that we need to do as well, just before we wrap it up. We need to, also, like, if there's a women's game, go watch it. I mean, don't sit at home and be like, oh, those are just women. It's actually up to us as well. So, hey, tell us what you think on social media. Follow us on Instagram, like our page on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jemima Duffield.
And I'm Naroka Muya.
Forget your name. See you next episode.